Set to the side, you'd better run and hide. More to the side, everybody wants to stay alive. Set to the side, you'd better run and hide. More to the side, everybody wants to stay alive.
What is your major malfunction?
Welcome to the Chab Dog Sports Talk Radio Show. Sunday mornings live from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. Where spontaneous sports talk, rated R.
Don't make a fuck out of me.
Host Brandon Chabiner and producer Eric the Well-Read bring you Brian from Sports Rock.
Say hello to my little friend.
And Tank's West Coast godbrother, Abe Miranda.
See the mess of the true passion of New York.
Plus special guests, music, movie clips, comedy,
So fat, a blood-typed ragoon.
and always a little politics.
It comes from China.
The live call-in number is 252-585-4120. Join in the fun.
Hello.
And now, here's your host, Chab Dog.
Thank you.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of Chab Dog Sports Talk. This is the Finding Yourself a Little Shorthanded show, and we're moving on into the middle of April, getting closer to the tax deadline, which was extended till May, I believe. Right, Eric?
Hey, Chab Dog.
I'm here with Eric Sove, my co-host, partner in crime, responsible for all the great production work on this show. And the clips you might be hearing, this is brought to you by Chabner Law, serving Southern California's transactional and business legal needs, and by Chab Dog Sports Blog for your head of your sports headlines and biting sports commentary. Got a great show for you today. Tons of clips, focusing in part on being shorthanded and making do with what you have. And that's usually where we find ourselves in life. We just kind of may not have everything we need, but we have enough to get it done. And that's part of the beauty of living on the edge of the seat, edge of your seat, and being resourceful. So, yeah, some NBA teams find themselves a little shorthanded, typically in the middle of the regular season, and it's kind of becoming an epidemic, getting worse. Where I feel like a lot of times teams are thinking more about the playoffs and not really putting out 100%, given that 100% college try to win games, because it's just not that important anymore, and there's no fans around to see it anyway. So I saw a game last night with the Lakers and the Nets, and minus quite a few of the big stars for one reason or another, and it's hard to get a read on how good these teams really are. So and it happens in hockey all the time too, right? With the penalty box.
Oh, you go shorthanded quite frequently. You'll be two men down at a time. You'll have a 5-on-3.
Mm-hmm. But not 5-on-2. You can't do 5-on-2 or 5-on-1.
No, never. They'll 2 players is the max they'll take out.
5-on-1 would be like Flounder in the grocery store trying to catch all those food items being thrown at him.
Yes. Yeah, but there's a few goalies that could do that, but not for long.
I know. I'd like to see that. That'd be some kind of fun competition they could have at the All-Star game to see which goalie could last the longest or something.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But on the shorthanded show today, Chab Dog, as you mentioned, we got a lot of clips today. We're going to play some clips from Full Metal Jacket, Fargo, From Here to Eternity. We got some great compilation of Miller Lite beer commercials, the movie Bowfinger, True Romance, Speed Racer, Benny Hill. Oh, no, we're not going to do the Benny Hill clip now.
It's too long.
We will do Foghorn Leghorn. Kingpin, The Wizard of Oz, The Odd Couple, speaking of short people, the Marx Brothers, and, of course, we got Tank's reaction to the Mets meltdown. What do you call it? No, just a letdown yesterday.
Implosion, yes.
Yeah, well, they came up short.
Well, they always
were
seem
shorthanded, all right.
Poor DeGrom, he just never gets enough
Poor
support.
DeGrom. Well, we're going to have to chat with Abe Miranda about that, because he, unfortunately, is also a Mets fan.
Yeah.
We're going to celebrate John Madden's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little Masters news to discuss. Of course, they are playing golf there in Augusta.
Did you watch any of the Masters yet?
Yeah, I saw a few minutes of it when I was in a bar on Friday.
I'm sure the course looks beautiful, right?
Oh, it looks gorgeous. So speaking of Abe Miranda, here he is.
So immaculate.
Yeah, so very immaculate there.
Speaking of immaculate, we have Abe Miranda, one of our co-hosts, on the line, and he's going to give us a racing update later today, I think. So we'll find out.
Yeah, we've got some theme music for him there, too.
First, I
Hello,
have to
Abe.
the Miranda rights for Jewish people.
It's your Miranda rights.
Yeah, you didn't know that there were special rights for Jewish people.
Read you the Miranda rights for Jewish people. You have the right to remain silent, even though you won't. You have the right to infer an insult where none was intended.
What's that supposed to mean?
You have the right to a lawyer who you are probably related to.
This interview is over.
Hey, Chabdog, I've never heard you sound
First,
so good.
I have to read you the Miranda.
Very funny. Very funny. Yes.
I love it.
How you doing, Abe?
I'm doing great. Just another wonderful week here in sports. You know, the Mets doing just amazing. Wow, what an amazing Mets. Jeez. Of course, that's sarcasm.
Yes.
Well, the world's not over. They're 2-4, right, or something. They're
That's
not that
the joke.
Chabdog, it's over.
Yeah.
You could be worse. You could be the Pirates. They're 2-6.
Yeah, the Mets aren't far. In fact, Noah Syndergaard had a thing or two about that to say. Did you hear Noah Syndergaard's quote this week?
No. What was that?
He was a little mad about MLB having their blackout restriction. And so he said, quote, well, guess I'll watch the shitty Pirates.
He was pretty blunt about it.
Yeah, that's a quote.
Yeah, they really are shitty. It's hard to be a Pirates fan, but they did win last night.
Yeah,
Every once in a while they have an uprising, and they put it together.
That's more than the Mets did.
And guess who's hot is my Red Sox.
Yes, so what, 5 in a row?
Yeah, they're back in it.
Back in it. Well, yeah, it's only, thank goodness, this is where we can say it's early. It
I
don't
know,
matter.
but people have a tendency to panic. You know, my father panicked a lot. And last weekend, he was bemoaning the fact that the Red Sox didn't have any talent, and he wasn't going to go to any of the games, and nobody cares about them, and they want to get rid of the management and start over. But I told him, you know, you got to have some patience. I mean, we do tend to push the panic button pretty
Well, yeah,
quickly.
after you renamed Yaki Way, you know, it ended there. It's another 100 years of no
that sounds
World
like
Series
a
for
decision, a snap decision, like the decision to move the All-Star game.
Yeah, that one
like,
too.
oh, we
Still
better
shaking my head on that.
do that now before we get any flack. Like the Masters didn't do that, right? Did they get a lot? They probably had some people saying don't have the tournament there.
Oh, yeah, and okay, yeah. Can you imagine? Oh, yeah, we're not going to have the tournament here in Augusta. We're going to move it to, West Palm Beach. I mean, as if.
No, they'd move it to some blue state.
They wouldn't move it anywhere. You play it in Augusta. It's the Masters. You can't. That's not a portable tournament. It plays there. Like, if I'm the Masters and they say, well, you have to move the tournament because your sponsors will pull out. So, yeah, fuck the sponsors. They can pull out. We're going to have our tournament anyway. We'll get other sponsors or we don't care. We're going to do our thing. It's the Masters. They don't listen to anybody else. They don't have to. And people will still watch. Oh, CBS won't broadcast it? Yeah, there'll be 10 alternate productions making a bid for that.
Yeah,
half of them might be KKK, but
it's just a different circumstance because the Masters had more leverage to push back and stop that process. But
oh yeah, they stopped the
Major
deadness
League
tracks.
Baseball
It ain't
had all
happening.
the power and they used it.
Well, they chose to use it in a different way, so good for them. I hope that works out.
But they moved it to a city that's, I heard, 10%. It's like 10% black as opposed to Atlanta, which is over 50%.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, I don't know what they were trying to do. Denver's a great place. I've lived there. Wonderful city. I don't think the voting restrictions are any different in Colorado than they are in Georgia, by the way.
They could have done something at in like the seventh inning stretch or after the game in Atlanta to educate people on like how to comply with the law and to get the vote out regardless of whatever the law says. And they could have made it educational or done something like that.
Yeah, that would have been far more productive. That's a wonderful suggestion. That if instead of pulling the game out, they during the game have a PSA talk about how any of this law is good. How to prevent this law from restricting you to vote? How's that? How to restrict those laws that we looked at last week that aren't restricting anyone from doing anything? But fine, if it's so dear to them, then do a PSA during the game so everyone can say, here's how you avoid, here's how you get to vote and not have any of these things prevent you from voting, and that would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
But no, instead they pull the game and create further division, which we don't need in this country, but they just create further division. Thankfully, it'll all be forgotten in a week. We're all, we're so neglectful of the past here in this country, too. So, amnesia.
Well, it will be probably forgotten to a large extent, but the people that lose out. So all those,
unfortunately, which is going to be a lot of people in Atlanta, who a lot of them are African Americans, who are looking forward to this, going to make some money, and it just got robbed from them for what? So someone people under the table, white people under the table, can get paid in Denver.
And you know how long it takes to come back around in terms of getting another All-Star game there.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Time.
That's going to be a while.
So, nice to have you call in, Abe. What's on your mind these days?
Well, I could tell you that, it's, Mets opening day. According to Tank, it wasn't, the opening ceremonies weren't that great. They did not announce the full roster, just the starting lineup. So they did some severe trimmings on that opening day ceremony for the Mets. Of course, the Mets can't, do nothing without controversy. And so there was this incident where, not really an incident, but, there was some controversy with Conforto.
Dude, that was an incident.
He got hit by the pitch.
He leaned. Okay, hold on.
Let's
did he get hit by the pitch, or did his elbow lean into the pitch? Which was it?
Okay, well, yeah, it looked bad on tape.
Yeah, didn't it?
Yeah. That's the controversy.
I don't understand why don't they make a rule that if the ball is in the strike zone and the batter gets hit, it's not a hit by pitch? Because in my mind, it shouldn't be a hit by pitch if the ball's in the strike zone.
Well, that would make sense.
Sort of, but it was really
strike.
It was at the corner of it was he just dusted the corner.
Well, that's it's close enough.
He would have given him the strike.
It's close enough. It just looked like it might have. It
doesn't matter. The batter has the right. You don't hit the batter regardless of where the ball is.
Even if he's in the strike zone?
Well, it's at the corner.
I mean, why should there be a penalty for pitching the ball in the strike zone at all?
Well, if it hits the batter, but then the batter can't be in the strike zone?
The batter's taking the responsibility upon himself when he's leaning over the plate into the strike zone to take care of himself.
Yeah, I guess that's why you don't see people hit by a pitch in the strike zone very often, do you?
It doesn't happen that often, no, because most people will, move away from it, do something, but it can. I mean, it's possible. It probably happens. I don't know how many times a year, but they just it's not a rule they have, and they don't seem to want to consider it.
But I did see Tank was at that game, and I'm disappointed to learn that they didn't have the pageantry of previous years. They just sounds like they just started off like it was a regular game. Period.
Oh, there was nothing commemorating, no special opening day promos or anything.
Yeah, was there anything that you remember, Abe? Did you?
No, nothing. I don't even know if you even got a promo magnet that day.
Yeah.
Like
in the past, you would normally get a magnet with the schedule. I don't even know if you got that this year.
Yeah, or a bobblehead or something.
It's just they just don't have it in them because there's nobody. It's so sparsely attended.
Huh. Well, at least it was open, unlike last year. So that Conforto walk-off by him shoving his elbow in there was bad karma. You got the win, but bad news is you got bad karma.
You have no right to complain.
Was Friday rained out, or was it just no game on the schedule?
There was no game on the schedule on Friday.
Yeah, that's weird because I looked.
It's one of those traveling days or something.
Well, it wasn't. They resumed play in New York on Saturday. So it's like, okay, you opened on Thursday.
Well,
you sit on your ass on Friday, and then you play again on Saturday. So they had a day to think about it.
Baseball's like that. They have breaks sometimes that for no apparent reason. I mean, just like they have this. They have this rule that you have a 7-inning game when you play a doubleheader. That one of the games, I think, it has to be a 7-inning game.
Well, yeah, really.
Why is that?
And their mothers are bringing sliced oranges.
It would be too much to ask players
stretch.
to play two 9-inning games on the same day.
Well, same when you get into extra innings, they got somebody sitting on second base now.
Right.
What the hell's that?
To shorten the game, so it's just protecting everybody. I don't know.
But everyone has to wear condoms on the field.
That's just a perversion of the rules, in my mind.
So anyway, this bad karma then comes on Saturday, which we've alluded to yesterday's game there. Where you put your man out there, DeGrom. Did he get 14? Did I read correctly? He got 14 strikeouts, Abe?
I think that's right.
Yeah, he did really well.
It's a lot of strikeouts.
I can't remember 13 or 14. Let me check for you.
I got 14. Have a look at that. I got 14 written down, but double check it. That's a lot of strikeouts.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did give up a home run, and that was the home run killed him. The guy that hit the home run said that after the game that, yeah, he was throwing almost 100 miles an hour, but it was a light 100. It wasn't a heavy 100.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
I guess he could track it. That's what he said.
Uzi 9mm.
Yeah. These guys, I mean, I kind of believe them. Like they see the ball so well that they can actually tell you if a fastball's moving more than it normally does. And some pitchers are known for throwing a really heavy ball, like Garrett Cole, and I don't know exactly what that means, but it just kind of is the kind of pitch that takes your bat out of your hands. But he said DeGrom's wasn't so heavy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So where were the bats? Where were the Mets bats yesterday, Abe? Any explanation?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I'm going to tell you. The elbows were not in the strike zone yesterday, so that may have done a lot of it. Maybe why we didn't score any runs is because our elbows weren't in the strike zone.
Not enough hit by pitches.
You're not cheating enough.
That's going to be the Mets strategy moving forward. We can't shut out like that. Throw an elbow out there. But no, I mean, karma. I guess it's just karma. It's that. I mean, that's what you get. Things get dirty and it looks dirty, and then the next day we come, or Saturday we come back, and that's it. It's shut out. Yes, Jacob DeGrom, 14 strikeouts. I mean, wow, what a guy, what a champ. But we left him hanging, and that's may not be the first time this season that's what happens. But here we go. We get another crack at the Marlins today. So we'll see how we end this series with them. And maybe today they'll actually put some runs on the board instead of just sitting back and not giving anything.
Okay.
So that's
the good news is that
the
rest of the division is not so tough.
500 because we're at 400.
Well, let's hear Tank's reaction. I got Tank's reaction. I still have him tasting a pop. We're gonna get his reaction to last night's game, and let me warn you ahead of time. There will be some profanity spoken.
Okay, cover your ears.
Fuck your ears.
Children.
Public service.
Feebly! This team is absolutely fucking feeble. fucking feeble! It's a little blurry, but you gotta fix this fucking thing, motherfucking goddamn motherfucker! They never fucking score for fucking DeGrom. They never, ever fucking score for Jacob fucking DeGrom. Michael Conforto, you fucking suck!
Michael Conforto.
Ed Luz Diaz, you fucking suck!
Ed Luz.
I get a motherfucking team! This team's gonna lose 100 games, at least!
That's a nice shirt.
There is no fucking heart! There is absolutely no fucking heart in this goddamn motherfucking team!
It's not gonna make it till Josh.
No fucking heart!
Come on, Tack. Tell us how you really feel.
None! That fucking win Friday was fraudulent!
Fraudulent. Yeah, there you go, Tack.
Oh, so
It's
he
Thursday,
did
actually.
admit it.
This team
Good for
should
him.
be 0-5!
0-5.
They're not even fucking trying at this point! And Lloyd Rojas, you gotta praise another team! He's doing the fucking praise dance! He's gonna have them dancing and singing tomorrow! Because they're gonna lose again!
Yeah, they're not going to win today. he's trying to compose
If I
himself.
was Jacob deGrom, I would ask to be traded.
Yes.
This is fucking sickening!
Send me down to the minors, please.
1 run! He's lost! He's gonna lose! He's not gonna have any fucking wins this year! None! Either the bullpen's gonna blow it or they're not gonna score! Or both!
Well, it's almost like having him on the show. That's great.
It's pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
He just starts screaming.
I wish I could console him.
Yeah, that's the only thing we can't do. He's shaking his head now. He's just trying to get his air.
Motherfucking piece of motherfucking goddamn motherfucking.
He probably watched the whole game. That's the problem.
He's getting his motor started
He's just
again.
living it.
Vapor locking. Mumbling to himself. He's going to get. I think he's going to get a gun.
Don't let that fluid build up in your knee, okay? Or wherever it is.
No, he's rustling in his fridge right now.
God damn, I need something to drink. I can't get it out of the fridge.
Maybe he needs a satisfying dessert. That would probably do it.
I think he's looking for a satisfying drink, but he can't even get that. Here he comes.
Water.
Out of fucking breath because this team's got me so fucking riled up. It's just fucking ridiculous.
He's killing a bottle of water now. Chug. Flask is collapsing.
Oh my God.
Wow, he did the whole bottle in one shot.
That was a serious chug.
Wow.
What a total fucking joke! Meet the new Mets. Same as the old Mets. We suck again!
Okay.
This is why you gotta get George Springer. And as even though Jason Candace looked good, they should have got JT Realmuto. They got the money they should have spent it. They didn't. They did half-ass again. Half-ass. And Francisco
You're
Lindor.
just gonna get George
my
Springer
God,
like that?
What the fuck, man? You haven't done shit so far. You're gonna be at 136. You're gonna be another fucking Desi Reynolds for another fucking ghost. What a total fucking disgrace this team is! No fucking heart! No fucking fight! A manager is smiling right now, saying that you gotta be happy for the team. I am tired of managers that don't fight for the team, that don't do anything right!
It's Mickey Callaway light.
There's no accountability. He's Mickey Callaway Part 2, only he's fucking dumber!
Dumber.
Who is the manager now?
Yeah, who's the manager of the Mets now, Abe?
Rojas.
Rojas. And what do you think of him so far? Is he making Mickey Callaway look pretty good?
I'm going to tell you, he's got really nice eyebrows.
Oh, unibrow?
It looks like his eyebrows are all trimmed up, and
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if he's more.
It's like an
than he is baseball.
It's like an Anthony Davis
but I tell you,
unibrow.
his eyebrows are well trimmed. That's about it.
Uh-huh.
He looks good. That's
Okay.
all I'm saying. Physically, you say, hey, he works out. He looks good.
Mm.
He's athletic. That's about it. You know. I don't know. You know, he seems kind of young. It seems a little. His coaching. I could say his coaching resume isn't very long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure exactly where we're going with it, but we'll see. I want to give him a few more games. Frank, he's quick to cancel everybody out, but I want to. We're just a couple games in. Let's see where we're at. Maybe come June, and then we'll see.
You gotta have some patience.
That's pretty sage advice there.
You can't overreact. Look, my team is the Red Sox, and they were 1-3, and now they're 5-3,
6-3,
6-3. They strung off, I think 5 straight. So things can change quickly, particularly when you throw in the towel.
Or you get shorthanded.
Yeah. That's what
But it
this
was
show
good
is
rant
about.
by-
Making do with what you have.
Good rant by Frank, though. I mean, that was just, that's why Frank is Frank.
That was classic, yeah.
Stellar rant.
Oh, yeah. We had to hear that. So were you at the Dodgers game yesterday?
You know what? I wasn't at the Dodgers game yesterday, but I was passing through, and I happened to see through downtown, and so of course everybody was out after the game eating tacos at all the local taco shops.
Uh-huh.
So that's always
sounds good.
That's always a treat to see.
Okay, I saw you cruising. I was cruising around Boyle Heights myself yesterday.
Oh, cool.
Went down and paid a visit to Mariachi Square, and I got to say, I took a picture there. I put that on Twitter, too. It was very sparsely attended, Mariachi Square was. Very out of character to see it there. There were a couple of mariachi bands there, maybe, and that was it. And nobody was playing, and everybody was quiet. And they were just sort of sitting, and it was empty. The square it was nothing. Normally you go there, it's bustling.
Even though
there's a calliope of sound from everyone around there making noise. It's crowded. There's a bustle to it, and there was no people, no bustle.
There was a bustle at the beach yesterday. I went on a bike ride along the beach, and a lot of people are out.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's different. The beach. Maybe everyone in Boyle Heights was at the beach yesterday.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. I don't know. The businesses are probably not fully, operating down there. So in general, there's just less people. And
unfortunately, yeah, that was true too. I walked up First Street over to for a while and saw, probably a good quarter of the businesses are closed permanently, and there was never a vacancy along there before. So, and then maybe another quarter of them were would normally been open on a Saturday, but they weren't.
Just because of just because there was a stimulus payment doesn't mean it's gonna bring back the dead.
No, it's a lot of the city and driving along the roads. I mean, it was a little busier coming down last Cienega, but it's just quiet. Do you notice that there's less traffic on the roads, Abe?
Well, I will tell you, when I was going through the downtown area, the freeways were jammed. I mean, it looked like pre-pandemic traffic on the weekends. It was red. It was just slow and dirty, and that's one of the reasons why we got off the freeway and got on the streets, because it was quicker on the streets than it was on the freeway. But to your question. Yes, it was bare. I mean, once you got off the freeway and you were on the streets, I mean, it was like a ghost town.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting because the freeways were all jammed up.
Yeah, they were.
But you got off the freeway, it was like, wow.
Yeah, from Boyle Heights, I saw the 101. I saw the 101 and I saw the 10, and I said, forget that. And so I just cruised along 3rd and 4th through downtown and through the toy district and the fashion district and all that. And yeah, I was making good time. And it was like there were people there, but nothing like it was, back, a couple of years ago. Nothing like that.
Why are they on the freeway?
Well, because that's where people go. They go, it's LA. At least that part was nice. People are clogging the freeway. I don't mind being in a traffic jam now because it's like old times. Why are they on the freeway? Because everyone thinks that's the fast way to go.
It would still be a challenge to cross the 101?
Oh, yeah, but the surface streets were fine, surprisingly. I mean, a little slow through the fashion district, as you might expect, but nothing.
We looked at a clip from the movie Bowfinger where Eddie Murphy was trying to cross the 101. And,
yeah,
that was pretty funny.
That was hilarious. Yeah, it doesn't really play for radio, but it was hilarious watching him trying to cross, walk across the 101 while it's wide open, people's trucks and everything. Yeah, it was insane.
He was running errands.
He's running short.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy.
Yeah, so
okay, so at least we saw traffic is inconsistent in LA, but it's certainly on the freeways. It's good to see some of it's back anyway. But through the city's a ghost town.
And there's less traffic, I'm sure, at the Masters. There's probably not as many people walking around watching the golf, right?
I don't know. I think I saw lots of people there on the sidelines watching.
Did you?
I think George is pretty much open, isn't it?
And they're making noise.
Can people attend NBA games? They have audiences now. don't they?
NBA games?
Yeah.
I think they let some people in, but it's still pretty weak. It's they still have to play the fake crowd noise at most of these games.
Well, they had 40,000 real people in Arlington the other day for the Rangers home opener.
They did?
They did.
40,000?
Okay, 39,000 something, yeah.
Wow. Well, maybe it depends on the state, but most of the stuff I'm seeing, I saw the Lakers play the Nets, and couldn't have been more than 1,000 people at that game, maybe less.
Uh-huh. Are you a Nets fan at all, Abe, or does your New York affiliation stop with the Mets?
I do like the Devils, and I like the Mets. With basketball, I'm a little fluid, but I do like the Nets stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That is really nice. The Barclays Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. It's almost like the Raiders stadium in Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, the new one.
You know, it's got this black, beautiful stadium, and so it's the same with the Brooklyn Nets. It's very nice. I like it because, you know, it's not like 5 different teams play in there. You know, it's just really, I think, just the Brooklyn Nets and maybe another team.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. You know, it's really designed for that, and that's always nice. You know, it's a very dedicated stadium to the Nets. And not like here where we kind of share stadiums, except for Dodger Stadium and Angel Stadium. But you go to like Staples Center, it's like 4 or 5 different teams inside the Staples Center. So everything's a little mismatched as far as the color scheme and everything else.
I can name 2 of the teams. So you got hockey and NBA.
The one hockey team and the 2 NBA teams.
2 NBA teams, that's right. So there's 3 teams there.
Yeah. And I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe there's
and
arena football
I
or
think
something.
even the Sparks
Oh, the
play
Sparks
there.
play there.
The Sparks?
That
Who are
might
the
be
Sparks?
4.
Who are the Sparks?
The
Mr. Women's
WNBA
Rights here.
team.
What are you talking?
Oh, so that's 4. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there like indoor soccer?
There used to be arena football.
Yeah,
in
arena
there, I think,
football,
a long
maybe.
time ago.
Mm-hmm. And then there's concerts and other stuff.
Yes,
it's like-
I think
Yeah.
when Ringling Brothers had a circus, they were at the Staples Center. And it's sad when I'm saying when they had a circus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those days are gone.
Circus.
Yeah.
They can do it with people, but not animals now.
Maybe with some luck we'll have circus back soon.
It's not about the crowds, dude. It's about the animals.
What? It's just not. It's not kosher for the animals to be used that way.
Yeah, it's animal cruelty, dude. To bring elephants and bears
To
and
train
stuff
train an elephant or a tiger to do what they do at the circus.
I don't think that. Right? I don't think the actual performance per se
I don't know.
is that bad, but the conditions that the animals are in, moving from performance to performance, living in little cages and trailers and stuff like that. That's not right. I think the performance, itself. I don't have much objection to the performance itself. What I do have an objection to is how they treat the animals, to and fro, just like they do the people too. I mean, the carnies, but circus.
I don't know. Maybe they could look at that and try to fix it.
Yeah, they had local animals, local circus.
Or eliminate some of the acts, but...
Oh, we lost Abe.
Oh. We lost him?
We lost him. The call ended.
Okay.
Oh, here he goes. Hey, don't worry, Abe. We just noticed you were missing.
Got lost for a second.
Get you back.
So, Abe, you are a resident racing expert. Do you want to talk about racing?
Are you ready to talk about some racing?
We have some special music for you, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. See
Excellent.
if you guess what this is.
This is introducing the new Chab Dog Racing segment hosted by
Yes.
Abe, Speedy Abe.
Abe Speedy Gonzalez Miranda. I know this song by heart, but I won't sing
Here
it.
he comes, Speed Racer, he's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone. He's gaining on you, so you better look alive. He's busy revving up the powerful
Maybe this is why 5 is my favorite
and when
number.
the odds are against him and there's dangerous work to do, take your life's eraser, see it through. Go speed racer, go speed racer, go speed racer, go. He's up and flying as he guns a car around the track. He's jamming down the pedal like he's never coming back. Adventure's waiting just ahead. Go speed racer, go speed racer, go speed racer, go.
All right, Abe, go on with your
Anything you've got to
update.
say
Bring us up to speed on what's going on with NASCAR,
World of Racing,
Formula One.
All right. Well, first of all, this is a new segment in the show, and it's really dedicated to all things racing, of course. I expect I will be trying to give updates on NASCAR, F1, and just about anything that races, including Wiener Dog racing. If I stumble across it, I'll give you the Wiener Dog race. Which Wiener Dog, I don't even know in 2021 I can still say Wiener Dog. But,
Yes,
but
you
that's
can.
just reference
You can on this
to
show.
dachshunds.
You can
To
call
the
them hot
dachshunds.
dogs, wiener dogs, pigs in a blanket, whatever you want.
Yeah, hot dogs, which it comes from dachshunds, so they're actually known as badger dogs. Anyways,
really?
I'm really, yeah, that's kind of what dachshund means. Dachshund is a badger dog. I'm extremely really excited to bring this segment to your audience here at Chab Dog, and of course, with any new segment, if your audience has any feedback, feel free to let me know. I'm
sure they will.
always open to new suggestions and ideas from the Chab Dog audience. And so let's see what's going on in the racing world, and I'll make it really quick. We'll start with the F1. The 2021 season has started. The first race was completed in Bahrain, and the reigning champ Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes car with the win there at that race with Max Verstappen from the Red Bull and Valtteri Bottas from Mercedes also on the podium from the first race. So those were your race leaders for the first race of the F1 series.
I call that Hot Wheels
Excuse me.
in Bahrain. Must have been really hot.
The second race of the season is coming actually on April 18th, and that will be held in Italy, and that will be known as the Italy Pirelli Gran Premio, and it's going to be hosted in the city of Imola, and it will be a 63 lap race. As I mentioned at last week's show, Mick Schumacher, he has joined F1, and he is on the American Haas team. Interesting to know about the Haas team is that they just received a new sponsor from a Russian company called Uralkali. They're a potash company. Potash is it's a manufactured salt.
Yes.
It contains
potash.
potassium.
It's a fertilizer.
Right? Yeah, it's a fertilizer.
They have a lot of that in
and
Canada.
they happen to be the
Saskatchewan.
sponsor of the Haas team.
Wow.
So it's interesting because they actually painted the Formula One cars. You could say their decals and company colors are in the color of the Russian flag on the American team. So a little bit of an irony there when you're watching the Formula One race and you're watching the Haas team, because it is the Russian flag colors on the American team.
On American team.
So,
Yes. That's kind of odd. Well, what are the Russian colors? I can't even tell you.
Yellow and red and white.
No, they're like blue, white, and red.
So it's kind of like our colors.
Red, white, and blue.
So how do you not even know the
they're
difference?
red, white, and blue, but they're like red, white, and blue. Sort of, yeah.
It's
blue,
got a
white, and
different
red,
colored
maybe. I don't know.
composition,
It's
I guess, in
different,
terms
right?
of what's dominant.
It was more red, yeah.
I think it's more red.
Better red than dead.
That's why they're called Reds.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. very interesting. Two-time returning champ Fernando Alonso. He comes back to Formula One. However, in his first race in Bahrain, he did retire the car. He did retire on lap 32 of 56, and that was due to problems with his car and what I call sandwich bag gate. And the reason I call it sandwich bag gate is because apparently a sandwich bag got caught in the rear brake duct of his car, and that caused some overheating in his brakes and some problems with his brake system. And so that
car didn't stop and he died. He was going to die.
Later, why he had to retire his car. So, so he's coming back to the Formula One race game, but he is out. his first race didn't go too well due to a sandwich bag.
Wow.
So we'll see. You know, of course, there's still a lot of races to go, and I'll update you on that as we move along. In today's NASCAR, of course, the Martinsville race is going on today.
Martinsville 500.
Currently, what's that?
It's called the Martinsville 500.
Yeah, I think this one might be the Cookout 250.
Oh, I just remember the Martinsville 500.
Yeah, it looks like right now the race is under caution.
Oh.
At least in that race. And it might be...
Was it raining? Or
at least that's the current race that's going on. I think the actual race is later on today. But as far as your standings are going, you have Denny Hamlin in the 11 Toyota. He is actually your points leader right now with Joey Logano in second and Martin Truex Jr. in the Toyota number third. So those are kind of our leaderboards for right now.
Okay. I don't know. There are not a lot of names now that I recognize. Maybe with more of these updates, I'll be more up to speed on this stuff.
We'll have to follow it.
Like when I was growing up, I remember names like Emerson Fittipaldi. Do you remember him?
Yes.
And you said Schumacher? Is it? I remember Michael Schumacher. Is this his son or something?
Yes, that is correct. It's Mick Schumacher's son, and he's actually joined the Formula One race circuit. He was actually playing under Formula 2. He was like the champion there in Formula 2. And one of the interesting things about Mick Schumacher, at least Michael Schumacher's son, was that coming up through the ranks, he didn't use his last name Schumacher when racing, and that was because he wanted to kind of make a name for himself without making a name or just using his Schumacher name to get everything his way.
But that's changed because he did now he's going by his last name, right?
Yes. So. Yes. That changed when he kind of got into he made it to the top.
Yeah.
Then he changed it over, this is why he's going as a Mick Schumacher.
Because racing's one of those sports where you have a lot of these family affair situations where you have 1, 2, 3 generations of drivers in a family, and everybody knows those names: Yarborough, Richard Petty, and his son. Joe
Gibbs. Joe Gibbs Racing.
Yeah, Joe Gibbs.
Just these families, the Allisons, and I could go on and on. So it's totally kind of expected.
Yeah, nice way he did it though, by not using his name, not using the one thing that would give him a lot more attention than is worth, perhaps. Let his racing speak for itself. What a man.
So, we have. Let's see. It might be time to play one of these clips.
Get off the beaten path here.
Yeah.
And just gonna make wanted to make a quick adjustments on the NASCAR update. It is the Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief 500. I apologize, from the Martinsville Speedway. Currently 42 of 130 with Denny Hamlin in the lead and Joey Logano in second, and Ryan Blaney in third. So we got Toyota, Ford, and Ford 1, 2, and 3 in the current race, 42 of 130 laps.
And it's sponsored by
stage 1, and that's a stage 1, and it's 42 of 500.
Okay. And it's sponsored by Blue Emu.
Yeah, Blue Emu, maximum pain relief.
Blue Emu, what? Depends. Couldn't get a piece of this.
It's really Blue Emu. It's really good stuff. Chuck Woolery likes that, I think. The guy that did the Wheel of Fortune, or not the? Was he the Wheel? Well, he was a game show host. He does Blue Emu commercials.
Really?
It's one of these things that soothes your joints and makes you feel better.
Wow, is this like a mass market product, or is this for?
It's like Ben Gay, but it's more sexy.
Ben Gay. Does anybody under 30 know what this stuff is?
I use it all the time. 'Cause I have to loosen myself up after I do my workouts, you know.
Here's a question for you, Abe. Does anybody under 30 know what Blue Emu is?
I think I've seen a jar around.
They have good commercials.
It's like, why with the blue? I don't think I've ever used it, but
is it like
I'm
an aid for
assuming it's
masturbation or something?
No, I don't think
Like
it
a
works on your
Tiger
penis that well.
It's blue, right?
I'm
it's like these
assuming
blue pills.
it's like Tiger Bomb, right?
I think.
Tiger
Something
Bomb.
like Ben Gay.
Yeah,
That's such a good name, Ben Gay.
I love Ben Gay.
Yeah,
But I actually
it got canceled with Aunt Jemima though.
I
Ben
use
Gay.
the CVS extra strength muscle rub instead now. It's just as good.
So I've been meaning to ask you this. Your father is a renowned, doctor.
Yeah,
and he did write a year ago wrote a really good article about inoculations. Did he have any opinion as to which one was better, or was he quiet on that subject? Do you remember?
He didn't really give me a lot of guidance on that.
On preference?
Nah, he wasn't too worried about whether I did the Pfizer or the Moderna.
Okay.
He didn't say anything about AstraZeneca's and Johnson & Johnson because they came out late to the party, but he was totally in favor of either one. So
that's good to know.
Yeah, I could have used some Blue Emo on my arm a few days ago when I got that shot. That really was a little painful.
You had some soreness at the injection area?
The first night was not fun.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to the second shot and going through that again, but I will for the sake of getting my passport.
Passport? Oh,
My
you're
vaccine,
you're just creating trouble here.
my vaccine passport.
Vaccine passport, which they say we're not going to need.
In case I need something to do something with government permission.
Mm-hmm.
I can talk the talk and walk the walk, though. Why don't you play that one?
Yes.
See if you
Full
can
Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I was going to say guess the movie.
Well, you can guess the actors. Wooly Bully.
Hey, Lone Ranger. Holy shit. Oh, my. It's the Joker.
It's the Joker.
What's happening? I hope I never see you again, you piece of shit. What's happening, man? Oh, I'm just waiting to get back to land of the big PX.
Yeah? Well, why go back? Here or there, samey same.
Been getting any?
Only your sister.
Well, better my sister than my mom, though my mom's not bad. Hey, you hogs, listen up. This is my bro Joker from the island, and this is
Rafter Man.
Rafter Man. They're from Stars and Stripes. They'll make you famous.
Who did this movie?
We're the Lust
Stanley
Hawk
Kubrick.
Squad. We're life takers and heartbreakers.
Same guy that did
We
Lolita.
shoot them full of holes and fill them full of
2001:
lead.
Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
You a photographer?
No, I'm a combat correspondent.
Oh, you seen much combat?
I've seen a little on TV.
You're a real comedian.
Uh-oh.
Well, they call me the Joker.
Look at all those bullets everywhere.
Well, I got a joke for you. I'm gonna tear you a new asshole.
Well, Pilgrim, only after you eat the peanuts out of my shit.
Uh-oh.
talk the talk? Do you walk the walk?
Now, you might not believe it, but under fire, Animal Mother's one of the finest human beings in the world. All he needs is somebody to throw hand grenades at him the rest of his life.
Roger, come on. Sit down. Come on, you guys.
That was a good scene. Did you feel building there?
Yeah. I thought there might be violence, but you didn't need it.
Well, they had a war to be violent in.
Mm-hmm.
It was Vietnam.
One of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies.
Yeah, it was great film. You ever see that one Full Metal Jacket, Abe?
Oh, that's a classic right there.
Yeah. Yeah, way back in 1987. When, just getting their head around making good Vietnam movies.
Mm-hmm.
They were born on the 4th of July, and it was Full Metal Jacket. I think there was one other film around that time that was regarded as decent.
There's a few. I lost track of all of them.
Well, let's see. Abe, can you help us? Do you remember, go through your...
It was Hamburger Hill.
Lexicology of Vietnam movies. Yeah, Hamburger Hill.
Of course, Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now. The Boys in Company C.
Platoon.
Yeah, that's the one from 87. That was big.
Yeah. And Chuck Norris made a good one.
Yeah, that was... which one was that?
What was that called? There was one at with a POW camp.
He was the POW MIA, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, and he kicks a major
He did the
ass
rescue
in
there.
that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be an instructional show. We also have a clip that instructs on how to be a photographer for a midget couple.
Yeah, classic odd
Why
couple.
don't you put this one up? This is really good.
He's like half the
How do you
height
do?
of
I'm Felix
and
Unger.
Felix is short
I'm
already.
Brian Albertson. You must be the photographer.
Yes, yes.
Won't you come in?
He's got his daughter with him.
She's
My
still
wife and I
taller
will
than
be
this
ready
guy.
in 1 minute.
Fine, fine.
Daddy,
He's a client.
She looks like Pippi Longstocking.
Darling, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to see me at work. Now you'll see how I put them completely at their ease.
Blonde and
That's the
ponytails.
secret of a good portrait.
Well, what should I do?
Don't stare.
He's so cute. I'd like to pick him up.
None of that.
She's good. Wearing those saddle shoes.
What are you doing, sweetheart? That's not a toy. Don't play with that. This lamp is set,
This
sweetheart.
is so 70s.
Yes, sweetheart, of course you can. That's what I want you to do. I want you to find out how Daddy works, sweetheart. Darling, looking in the camera and putting your fingers on the lens are not the same thing. Looking is one thing. Touching the lens is something else again, sweetheart. Now, I want you to
Wipe
see.
it off.
Daddy looks in the camera and you'll see, sweetheart. You're standing on a wire, sweetheart? That's the second time you stood on a wire. Are your shoes too thick? You can't feel wire through them? Is that what it is, sweetheart? Then don't stand on a wire. Now, I think
I
we're
hear
all
myself
set.
talking sometimes.
Sweetheart, are you feeling heat on the back of your neck? That's because you're standing in front of a lamp, darling. Don't stand over here. Don't hop over the wire. Hop
It's
over
like
the
my
other wire.
dog
There
in the
you are.
kitchen. He's always in the wrong place.
Now I think we're just about set.
Ready, Mr. Unger?
Anytime you're ready, Mr. Albertson. Yes, sir. Now, you just watch me. Don't stare. You just see.
Mr. Unger, this is my wife.
Oh, so very nice to meet you.
Dropping the handkerchief.
And I'd like you to meet my very able assistant,
That was
Edna
very
Unger.
thoughtful.
Your wife?
No, this is my daughter. She's tall for her age. She's going to help me by standing on a wire. Yes.
Do we look all right?
Oh, yes, I just love your little suit. Your tie is so just nice. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mrs. Albertson, would you like to hop up? Would you like to get on the chair? Mr. Albertson, would you stand over here, right here next to
You
her?
just can't
And I
stop
think we'll be
saying
all
little.
set. Yes, we are. A little close, a little close. There we
Little
are.
close.
Did it there.
That's very, very good. All
Got
right,
broken
now
in.
we're just about set. All right, that looks very good. Now,
Oh, wait. Our son is coming.
oh, yes, this is a family portrait, isn't it?
Wilfred!
Oh, I should like very much to meet Wilfred.
Getting his hanky ready to drop.
Oh,
He just dropped it.
Oh, you're perfectly normal. You're stand over here.
I wonder if
You'll be
that's
fine
like
now.
what
And
happens.
We're all getting ready now.
What do you mean?
If
Now,
you're a
here
midget,
we are,
you
that's
marry a
it.
midget, you might have a kid that's
And
normal
there
size.
is Wilfred.
Hey,
and
it's possible.
there's
Gene
Mr.
pool
and Mrs. Albertson. And there is Wilfred. And there's... All right, now, Wilfred, could you just scrooch down just a little bit? A little bit lower. A little bit lower. That's fine. That's fine. No, my assistant will get it. We're all fine now. And here...
I knew we were going to start the game a little earlier, so...
Oh, what an honor, Oscar Madison, the sports writer. Come in. Don't stare, don't stare. Come in, here we are. Drop your gloves. What? Trust me, drop your gloves. Pick it up. Mrs. Albertson, this is Oscar Madison. And this is their son, Wilfred. Up to Wilfred.
Up to Wilfred.
Yes. Wilfred, how are you? Yes, there we are. Pick it up, pick it up. And this is Mr. Albertson.
Is that it?
That's it, yes.
Oscar Madison. Hey, we read your column.
Thank you. Nice
Don't
to know you
stare,
all.
Don't stare, don't stare.
Dad, can I have a day with Uncle Oscar?
But you haven't seen me make the portrait yet, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, we've got time for a couple of pictures, okay?
All right, well, if you'll stand over here, don't step on the wire, don't step on the wire. Here we go, don't stare. There we are. Now, everybody, now scooch down, Wilfred. Now I think we're all set. Good. Now, everybody, nice big smile, relax, easy. Everybody say, midget.
Nice going, Felix.
Poor Felix. Putting his foot in it that way, trying to be all polite. And it reminds me of a Fawlty Towers sketch where Beza Fawlty says, "Don't mention the war." Some Germans come into his restaurant, his hotel. And he says,
Don't
mention the war.
And also, thing I think of is that Cheech and Chong skit, chick clip where they go visit Strawberry and he's got that birthmark on his face.
Yeah.
And he says, "Whatever you do, don't look at that birthmark."
Yeah, that's all Chong can do. He stare at it.
Chong's just staring
fixated
at
on
it.
it, and then Strawberry gets all weird about
What's
it.
wrong with you? What's your friend? What's wrong with your friend? He doesn't have any manners.
Great movie. Great L.A. movie.
Yeah. So that was our first clip of the day, dealing with the shorthanded theme.
Well, he's dealing with short people.
A lot of teams
The
are
tall
shorthanded for
son.
various reasons these days.
Well, like the Lakers.
Like the Lakers and the Nets. They were both shorthanded yesterday.
Well,
and
looks like the Nets were shorter than the Lakers, weren't they?
Did you see any of that game, Abe?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to see those.
Yeah.
Yep. He's boycotting basketball like I am, too, so that's fine.
I know. My wife and I watch TV usually between, like 6:45 and 8 when we're eating dinner. And there's not a lot that's always on at those hours that you can count on that we like to watch, except NBA. And so we do watch some NBA.
You don't watch WNBA? I'm sure that's on, too.
It's harder to find.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't even tell you who's good this year in the WNBA.
Uh-huh.
Do you know it? Does anybody know? I don't know.
But exactly.
All I know is that the women's the Stanford did win the women's basketball college.
Yes, Stanford.
That's right. They did win. Yeah, and women want to get paid as much as the men too.
The Stanford Studettes.
Yeah, women should get paid the same as
I
NBA.
believe they were playing Arizona.
Phoenix. Oh no, Arizona. The Arizona Wildcat team.
University of Phoenix.
What?
The Arizona Wild somethings.
No, they are. They're wow, Wild. I never made that connection before. That's wow.
Yeah, the real Wildcats.
The real Wildcats.
Well,
we can say that. Well, we'll come back after the break and let's talk some real basketball because they did play a game on Monday, by the way. And it was
we want to talk some about the Bears.
I think something happened to Baylor.
Go Bears!
Go Bears! Yeah. So we'll.
Yeah, I went to
we'll get that coming up after the break here. But,
White Bear Lake High School.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're coming up on the second hour here, so we're going to take our standard break, and we'll be right back in 5 to 10 minutes. I'll let you do the honors with the clips, Eric.
But we will be playing some clips during the break.
Hopefully, we will have may have Brian Keller on and one of my other friends from Facebook. We'll see.
We'll see on the other side of the Chab Dog Sports Talk Radio Show.
All right.
We're told that greatness is exceptional when it should be expected. You choose every day to live your life intentionally, without apology for how bright your light may shine. So go be great. Go be brilliant. Go be you. Go defy life. The Defy Life movement is one that speaks to each of us in its own way. Defy Life gear speaks to us all by reminding us that one size does not fit all. Visit defylifegear.com to get fitted for greatness.
The Law Office of Brandon S. Chabner, serving clients in Southern California with transactional legal services since 2007. We handle general corporate, outside counsel type work, drafting and negotiating a wide variety of business and commercial contracts, including non-disclosure agreements, independent contractor agreements, and employment agreements. Our experience includes working with public and private companies and involves a broad range of industries, including healthcare, consumer products, real estate, and high technology. Mr. Chabner has over 20 years of legal experience, having worked for some larger national firms and serving as general counsel for a multi-million-dollar private company here in Southern California before starting his own legal practice. His educational credentials include a law degree from UCLA, where he was on law review, undergraduate degree at Yale, where he graduated magna cum laude, and an MBA from Harvard Business School. Other areas of focus for Chabner Law include press release and business plan editing, pre-litigation matters, and debt and mortgage resolution work. You can contact us at 310-698-0740 and at bchabner@chabnerlaw.com.
Like Chabdog said, he was 100% right.
He can take all comers.
Do me a favor, will you? Would you mind washing off that perfume before you come back to our table?
Are you sure this is legal?
I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it? Sorry, did I wake you, Fatima? Ethel Supreme. Top it off, please.
What an intimidator.
You know, he's to his spot. On the approach. Ernie McCracken.
How about one more title, sweetness?
Look at that form. That left arm way out is unusual style.
He delivers on the goods. Look at him pump up this crowd.
Jonathan, we're on a fly pattern all the way to the goal line. Tennessee. Kentucky. Down the beach. It's a small world when you've got unbelievable tits, right? Hi. Hello. Not you. Hi.
Hi.
That's two. There's two. His second. How gallant is that? This man's gonna win a lot of political offices when his career's over.
Why don't you get the hell out of here? You ruined my life.
Are you still holding on to all the anger? I said I was sorry. I meant it. He's got one foot in the frying pan and one in the pressure cooker. Believe me, as a bowler, I know that right about now, your bladder feels like an overstuffed vacuum cleaner bag, and your butt is kind of like an about-to-explode bratwurst.
Hey, you mind? I wasn't talking when you were bowling.
Was I talking out loud? Was I? Sorry. Good luck. All right, let's go. Thank you for the education, gentlemen. We've just received a PhD in stupidity. Doctor, shall we? Claudia, I'm in 1103. I need you now, more than ever I need you. I'm going to play the jukebox. $350. It's a Landau roof and power steering. Down the drain. Could be in your pocket right now.
Which opponent poses the biggest threat to you in the tournament?
If I get drunk and fall down, hurt myself, I might lose. Sure, babe. What's your name?
Darlene.
I'm in 1103.
Excuse me, what's the story behind this pending paternity suit against you?
Oh, that's not a case at all. The woman's a stone-faced liar. Let's not even talk about that. I pulled out her really early on that one. Sorry. Thanks for coming.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
And I don't remember anybody twisting your arm. Oh, God. Just a twisted your arm to Munson.
Some lucky fan has a souvenir.
Didn't I tell you to call me Ernie? Or Big Ern?
Get out of the car, wise guy. What do we do?
Sometimes a bowler just has to face the music.
Larry, let's go.
And that bowler is you, Reich.
Now what's that? I say, now what's that boy up to? Better check on it, yeah. Hey, boy, what's going on here? What you trying to do? Oh, no, back off there, son. You'll never do it. You're not strong enough. Job like this, you gotta have a know-how. There you are, boy. Your pumpkin is tied down pretty.
Got a match, mister?
Match? Match? Yeah, here you are, boy. Don't set the world on fire. These kids coming up nowadays don't even know how to tie down their pumpkins. Why, when I was a boy, Say, I never tied down no pumpkins. Hey, son, what you tying down a pumpkin for? What's the... Ask a silly question, get a silly answer.
Yeah, we both did. She went to college, too.
I went to Normandale for about a year and a half.
Yeah, that's where we met.
But I dropped out, though.
Yeah, she dropped.
Yeah.
So where are you girls from?
Chaska.
Le Sueur. But I went to high school in White Bear Lake.
Yeah, go Bears.
Go Bears.
Okay. I want you to tell me what these fellas looked like.
Well, the little guy, he was kind of funny looking.
In what way?
I don't know, just funny looking.
Can you be any more specific?
I couldn't really say. He wasn't circumcised.
Was he funny looking apart from that?
Yeah.
So, you were having sex with a little fella then?
Uh-huh.
Is there anything else you can tell me about him?
No. Like I say, he was funny looking. More than most people, even.
What about the other fella?
He was a little older. You know, he looked like the Marlboro Man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But maybe I'm saying that, you know, because he smoked a lot of Marlboros.
Uh-huh.
You know, like a subconscious type of thing.
Oh, yeah, that can happen.
Yeah.
Hey, they said they were going to the Twin Cities.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, is that useful to you?
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Go Bears.
Yeah, we're back for hour 2 of Chab Dog Sports Talk. This is the Find Yourself a Little Short-Handed show. And we've got Abe Miranda on, our guest from the first hour. Abe, how are you? Did you like the clip from Kingpin? I don't know if Abe's still there. Is he?
Maybe he stepped away.
He stepped away, okay.
He's still on break.
Well, that clip we just played from Fargo is a nice lead into a discussion about the college basketball final, which happened last Monday. Seems like eons ago, but if you're a Baylor Bears fan, you're pretty happy, and my wife's a big, Big 12 fan because she's devoted to the Kansas Jayhawks, and she was rooting for the Baylor Bears. So she was happy to see them come out of that with their first national title, and it was significant upset. I think the Gonzaga was favored in that.
Yeah, they were favored.
6 or 7.
They were undefeated until then.
Just another example of Gonzaga's historic problem of having to deal with better competition in the playoffs, in the tournament, and kind of getting a little bit of a pass in the regular season because they play in a less than powerful conference.
Mm-hmm.
So they just didn't have the physical talent, the speed, and the size, and I mean, Baylor was too much.
Oh yeah, they got up on them early and just piled on them.
Mhm.
And Gonzaga would make a run here and there, and they'd bring it back a little close, but then Baylor just come back and start sinking threes, and it's just they couldn't match.
Right, they couldn't stop them enough, and
the heroes of the previous games for Gonzaga.
they looked a
just
little. To me, they looked a little fagged out. It was a little tired.
Yeah, a little tired.
What? That's a word. You can
in
use
the
that.
dictionary. I don't know if it's there anymore. Merriam-Webster seems to be
an old
revising
word. It's
themselves.
an old word that meant
They seem to be
tired.
coming out with a new dictionary every other month, but okay.
Happens a lot when you have win a tough game in a tournament, and the next round there could be a letdown, and they just didn't have the eye of the tiger, and it was nothing they could overcome. So Gonzaga has to go another year wondering what might have been. But yeah, it's over. It's always kind of tough dealing with for me when I watch the tournament and then it's over and then you don't have it anymore. And so we're back to.
It's not as bad as football.
No,
That's depressing.
You wanted
I'm still
to,
getting over that.
You wanted to forget that, so
it's so painful now.
It's like the loss of a family member.
Kind of. Still feels it.
Uh-huh. Your wife still hasn't come out of her room either.
No, she's not coming out until the Mahomes gets a passing title or something.
Yeah, I don't even talk about it with my wife. We just don't go there. That's what I love about sports, though. Things never stay the same. You never know what to expect, but all I know is it takes a damn lot to win a title usually. If you have Tom Brady on your team, it kind of helps a lot.
Yeah, but they had luck as well. It takes luck at the right time.
I remember that year that the Patriots beat the Rams in the Super Bowl, and I don't know, the Patriots didn't look that great in the regular season, but they had Tom Brady, and they just very mechanically shut the Rams down.
And we let him off the hook.
Yep.
And we let him off the hook.
That's as good as they could do it. I mean, it's just the Rams. The offense failed miserably, just like the Chiefs' offense failed miserably when they had to come through. And Brady did his job. He didn't do anything more, but he just did his job.
Yeah. I mean, Brady had I think a better Super Bowl against the Chiefs than he did against the Rams. The Rams game, he started off with an interception.
You're right. I bet you he did have statistically, even minus that interception, just had a better.
Yeah, just overall, definitely a better game.
More yards.
It was
better
real
completion.
Brady-like. Rams game, he was just barely kind of adequate. But
that's all he had to be.
The Rams just couldn't do anything.
Yeah, still better than the Rams. Poor Rams. You fight all that distance and get there. Hey, Abe, were you at that game? Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yes, I did, and it was amazing because I needed that win to win the Fleming family pick. So I had gone with Tampa Bay. My father had gone with Tampa Bay.
Smart
Frank
man.
went with the Frank. Yeah.
I'll tell the truth. Come on.
Frank went the other way.
You just faded
Sr.
Frank.
Frank Sr. went the other way. So
You faded Frank.
yeah, I faded Frank. Actually, it was the Mirandas versus the Fleming, and we and then of course, I mean, who would have thought? But we just pulverized the Chiefs. I mean, I normally don't root for Tom Brady, But this time I was like, let's do it. Let's do it. I
Well,
mean,
when
I
you
had
yeah.
everything riding on him and Gronk, and man, I was not disappointed.
When you pick a team, you tend to just, even if they're not really your team, you tend to pull for them subconsciously.
Well, especially got money on the line. Yeah.
Yeah, I had some too. I had a little bit of money in that game. I patted myself on the back.
Uh-huh.
Our friend Trayvon encouraged me to do it.
But you didn't tell your wife, did you?
No.
No.
Are you
That'd
kidding?
be suicide.
Are you kidding? But
Yeah.
she's not upset that I won, I think. Actually, actually, I'm not going to go volunteer that information. But I saw an opportunity. It was just I didn't like the spread. I just felt like I gotta take them. I should have done that in the UCLA Gonzaga game. I
That
had
was
a
obvious.
strong feeling that spread was way too high.
Well, even the Baylor game,
14
we didn't
points.
get a chance to discuss it, but I had a point written down to say, hey, this doesn't. I don't see
Uh-huh.
why they're just overlooking Baylor like this and
Mhm.
favoring Gonzaga so highly, considering Baylor they just took apart who they beat the previous week. They ran up the score on them in the first quarter too, just like they did against Gonzaga. Yeah, Houston. They beat Houston.
Yeah, they took Houston apart in the first half.
And Houston wasn't a bad team.
No.
Houston was about as good as Gonzaga was.
Yeah, Houston had a lot of athletes, but their offense got mauled. They couldn't execute it all in the first half. Second half, they did much better, definitely better, but it was too late, too little, too late.
Well, back to that Super Bowl, the greatest matchup still is that Rams game when the Rams did play a good game was the Rams and Monday Night Football, Rams and Chiefs.
Oh, the high-scoring game?
Yeah, the one that they played at UC.
Must have been very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you remember that. It was Monday night. We all watched it.
But I wasn't there with you watching.
No, it was like 2018 or something.
Monday night games are always, never know for sure if I'm going to get to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but Abe, what do you think of that Baylor dismantling Gonzaga?
Oh, it was beautiful. I just think that Baylor just didn't get enough credit. They play in a tough kind of conference. I mean, they play against tough teams during the regular season, and I think that gears them up for March Madness. And I had Baylor. I had picked Baylor on my bracket all the way to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I didn't make them a champion was because for some odd reason I thought Kansas was going to do a lot better than what they did. And but that other than that, I mean that's. But had I just picked Baylor for one more game, I would have. That was it. I would have had my bracket, or at least a quarter of my bracket look good. So that's where I should have gone with it. I mean, I should have just picked Baylor to win one more team. I don't know why I thought Kansas could beat Baylor for whatever reason, but I think next year I'm just going to take a little different approach in the bracket. But
try, but it's hard. It's really hard to learn lessons from this. College basketball is wildly unpredictable.
I could say SDSU. I'm not going to pick SDSU to go very far.
Yeah, that was a bonehead move there. I gotta be frank with you on that. San Diego State.
Yeah, but they were tough. They had a competitive season, and they were nearly undefeated. And I was at least hoping that they'd make it a little bit further down the line than just be knocked out in round one. But
yeah, you and me both.
It is what it is. So we put our money on the Cinderella story, and there was no Cinderella story, that's for sure. That was get back on your boat, Moana, and hang back to San Diego.
Yeah, it was number one. We ended up with number one versus number one. What a surprise!
Yeah.
I don't think what you're saying is
I'll bet your telephone smells
So,
like rotten 7-Up.
Do we know what's going on in the Masters today? Have they even started it, or is it still?
Let's get a Masters update.
You just
going
don't
here.
know. I don't know. We can try to figure that out, and I don't know if we can actually watch any of it. But the Japanese guy is leading, going into the last
Japanese guy, Hideki.
You want me to remember
Matsuyama.
that name? You really want me to try? Hideki did hijack the Masters, apparently.
Well, it's not Hideki Matsui.
It's another Hideki.
And it's not Matsui, who played for Chicago.
Yeah.
It's Matsuyama.
Matsuyama.
And it's not like the Suyama.
Nakasuyama, negative 11.
Yeah, that's him. Is he still? He opened up the day in the lead. I haven't checked it since then.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or is he gonna blow a big lead like Greg Norman? He's gonna pull a Greg Norman.
Greg Norman.
Remember the shark?
That's how that went, didn't it?
He was famous for blowing some big Masters leads, I think. I remember one he blew to Nick Faldo, caught him. It was in the 80s. I always liked that guy though. He hit the ball a long way. He was a real macho guy and fun to watch. Took a lot of chances, but that often did him in. So, we'll provide you with a Masters update as soon as
we find one.
As we can find that. Anything else you want to comment on? There's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. Just as Abe said, Matsuyama minus 11. Shuffle minus 7.
How's Dustin Johnson doing?
I'll read the top 5, then I'll look for Johnson. Okay. Leishman is tied for second at also minus 7.
Cloris Leachman's son?
Well, it's Leishman. Leishman.
Yeah, I know. They're not related.
Not related. And then someone named Jay Rose, not Pete Rose.
Justin Rose.
Justin Rose is also
from
tied
Britain.
for second.
Yes, he's a good
and
player.
And some guy, Zalatoris.
I don't know him.
Okay. So there's your people tied. And then who are you looking for? We got
Spieth.
Spieth.
Dustin Johnson.
Okay, Spieth's minus 5. Connor's minus 6.
I think he didn't make the cut, actually. I think I saw that.
There's some guy named Na who's minus 1.
Don't know him.
N.A.
No nada about Na.
Smith.
Really,
Thomas, Lard.
Not exactly a who's who of well-known golfers.
Mickelson eliminated.
Oh, Mickelson's gone.
He's out.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Molinari eliminated.
Francisco Molinari.
Simpson eliminated.
I don't know Simpson. Who that is?
Yeah, it's OJ. Fitzpatrick. Who are you talking about? Who are we? Watson. Ben Watson.
Bubba Watson?
Bubba Watson. Ben Watson.
I like Bubba Watson. He's lefty. So there's not a lot of drama.
He's still in, plus 2.
Little drama.
De Woodland.
Your
guy got knocked out.
Brandel DeChambeau.
Mm-hmm. Garcia missed the cut.
Sergio?
Yeah.
I like Sergio. He's always controversial.
Koepka.
Oh, Koepka, yeah.
Brooks Koepka missed the cut. Lee
he
Westwood
did.
Missed the
wow.
Cut. Yeah. Rory McIlroy misses the cut.
Oh. There's a lot of big names miss the cut.
Yeah.
Of course, Tiger Woods is sitting this one out.
Vijay Singh misses the cut.
Oh, I like Vijay Singh.
Yeah.
But he's just getting too long in the tooth.
Yeah, it's the Masters. He's got every right to play.
Yeah. He'll play it for a bunch more years. I'm just not sure he's going to be in contention again.
Well, same with poor Tiger. Mika Fitzpatrick, plus 1.
Yeah. I'm not sure the ratings for this are going to be that high.
How come?
Just because you don't have a lot of household names.
Oh, yeah. That part, because there's no Tiger.
I'd like to check it out, though, to see what the gallery looks like. I like it. I love it when they have all the people following the golfers around, yelling and getting into it.
Well, they don't do it as much. That's not apropos of the Masters. That's like the Phoenix Open. They do that.
Oh, but they're still cheering and stuff.
Well, they cheer, but they don't yell at them before they do shots and stuff like that.
Okay. I mean, I've seen some pretty great finishes, and like when Jack Nicklaus won there were a lot of people going crazy.
Oh, yeah, when he wins and stuff, but they're not all drunk and disorderly before like they are at the Phoenix Open.
I imagine there's some serious rules there. It's a pretty old club with a storied history and a lot of dignity, and there's probably...
Yeah, they expect you to behave yourself there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's their club. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with all their rules either, but it's their club, their rules. That's fine. They're not going to admit me as a member any time. So I'm not
I went there with my dad once.
Hurt. Yeah, you played it?
No, I just walked it with my dad.
Mm-hmm. And then they told you,
nice.
and then security came and escorted you off the course?
Yeah, they came by and they said, "Excuse me, sir, this place is restricted."
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, they didn't say that.
Well, 50, 60 years ago they went.
I don't know when they started.
Oh, that's interesting. I never thought of that angle before. That's
there.
right. There's two kind of people they weren't letting into that club for a long time, apparently.
Yeah, you got to go to the club across the street, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Well, maybe we do want to move it.
You already played the Jewish Miranda rights clip, right?
Yeah, we've.
All right, you already played that.
I hit that right at the beginning.
Matthew Wolf, he was disqualified from the Masters, actually.
Disqualified? What, they caught him cheating?
Yeah, apparently following his second round, Matthew Wolf, he returned a scorecard with a whole score. His scorecard had a score lower than what he actually made on the 17th hole.
And that's a bad mistake.
Yeah, and so that scorecard, so he got disqualified, and we're kind of and so of course for all of his rounds, he's completely disqualified altogether. So whatever he had scored up to that point, it's all gone now.
Yeah, you cannot make a mistake on your scorecard like that. Mistakes aren't allowed. Oh, you can't make a mistake on the road either like this.
It is. This is a mistake.
I'm glad you played this.
This guy's going to get pulled over here. Gal was giving him a...
Yeah.
What's a polite way to say blowjob in the car?
I don't know if there is a polite way. She was leaning over into the driver's
didn't even know
seat.
there was a passenger there until she popped up.
I should have my goddamn head
It's
examined
in the
for
Hollywood
driving
Hills
like
somewhere.
this.
Is he on Mulholland there?
Candy, you gotta help me.
What can I do?
Take this, hold this.
What are you, high? No.
Put this in your purse.
I'm not gonna put that shit in my purse.
It's a bag
She's
of
not gonna
Coke.
search you. You didn't do anything. Now just put it in your bra.
I'm not wearing one.
Please, she's almost here. Just fucking put it in your pants. Just put it in your pants.
No.
Boy, she's not very nice to him, huh?
Read my lips. No.
Well, he didn't get her name right.
Whore.
Who do you think you're
Nice nose there.
That's embarrassing.
Ah.
Poor guy.
Yes. If you're going to ask a girl to hide your drugs, make sure you know her name.
So Sam Darnold, Carolina finally won the lottery.
Oh, good for them.
So Darnold is going to Carolina.
That's their booby prize?
I suppose so. I don't know what Carolina's thinking.
God, why do they do that? Why do teams do that? They know he's not good, and they're just giving him another shot to be not
there's
good.
a chance for this guy to retire and make room for somebody in the league, and yet they're going to pick him up and try and do something with him. Abe, did you watch much of Darnold when he was with USC? Do you remember him in the Pac-12?
No, I didn't watch it.
I don't blame you. And if you had, you wouldn't have missed much because he was a serviceable Pac-12 quarterback. That's all. He was serviceable. He wasn't bad. He wasn't great. Yeah, he was a good Pac-12 quarterback. But that's the Pac-12.
Yeah.
That's not the NFL.
Yeah, he was good in the
He was
Pac-12, like that Mark Sanchez guy.
Mm-hmm. He could hand off.
Isn't Mark Sanchez also USC?
Well, so is Matt Leinart.
Yeah.
Like Matt Leinart was an excellent Pac-12 quarterback. Which
I
is probably Pac-10
might
back
put
then.
Matt Leinart a little higher than Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, but he did diddly over squat in the NFL in Arizona. He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything?
No. It was his biggest blowout ever. They drafted him high, and he just...
And Mark Sanchez actually got the Jets pretty far one year, I think.
Oh, Sanchez, yeah, but then he butt fumbled, and he's just known more for his gaffes than his
Yeah,
good he ever did. So
he deteriorated rapidly.
Yeah.
But
and all the cocaine and hookers.
Yeah, USC's had
Barkley.
a pretty sorry line of quarterbacks going back to... Well, Pat Hayden. Wasn't his name? He was actually decent, wasn't he?
Well, in the pros, really, Pat Hayden,
Kind of decent. And then you had Todd Marinovich, another guy that had some moments, but
he had some problems.
Generally disturbed.
Every once in a while, you see him and Margot Kidder together.
Oh,
doing what's that stuff they do? Crack? No, meth. And breaking into people's homes trying to steal their prescriptions. Yeah, Marinovich is a really nice guy, very talented artist too, by the way. And I think 9 times out of 10 he's on the right track. But every once in a while,
artist,
meaning
what?
Oh, he's like painting and stuff.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You can get some.
Did you know that, Abe?
Original art.
No.
I
guess I should go online and try to find some Marinovich.
Well, it's a tragic story of drug abuse of a man, excuse me, a man struggling to overcome the darker demons of his soul, being a lot of drug abuse there. And, tossed away a pro career with the Raiders, unfortunately. But this is good people. Bad things happen to good people too. He's not that bad.
It's hard,
but back to USC quarterbacks. And then after that, there really hasn't been anybody for a while. It's been a vacancy of quarterbacks because the NFL knows better. Don't draft quarterbacks out of the Pac-12.
I can't remember the last really good one.
There's never been a good one.
Rodney Peete, he was the guy that was playing when Troy Aikman was quarterback.
Oh, yeah, and he really lit up Detroit there, didn't he?
Rodney Peete, yeah.
Rodney Peete, oh boy.
He made the NFL, that's about what I can say.
Yeah, easier to make it back then.
And I can't remember anything before that.
Don't talk to me, all right?
Okay, I won't.
That's Ryan Leaf, but he was... where'd he come from?
Ryan Leaf.
College.
Oh.
Knock it off!
You're really testing me here. I wish we had Tank on so somebody can answer that without looking it up.
Yeah, Tank knows it cold. I thought you might. I
want to guess it's some place in the past. One of the Pac-12 schools, right?
Oh, yes, it is. You are correct. I remember.
Washington?
Now. Washington State Cougars.
Washington State.
Yeah, he was Cougar.
Oh,
okay. Phew.
Yeah, like Drew Bledsoe was Washington.
Yeah. See, they turn out good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
There's an example of one good quarterback out of 2.
Once every generation.
You're a fucking freak, you know that?
Yeah, we are freaks on this show. Well, what do you want to, Abe? Anything in sports you want to talk about?
Well, I did want to mention, at least for the Martinsville race, it is on pause, and it was due to a rain delay.
Okay.
And that the race will restart again at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and we should have a race restart at that time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're all on pins and needles for that, and
Gotta talk about a fucking dog.
I wonder if you can get that on TV. Is that broadcast anywhere?
The NASCAR race?
Yeah.
Yes, it should be on FS1 today.
Okay.
At 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for us.
Oh, so he says 1 p.m.
Okay.
Well, so it's 4 p.m. Eastern.
It's not going to be on now.
Pacific.
Maybe you could get the golf. I don't know if the golf.
See if we got the golf on CBS. Yeah, here. Oh, it's Jim Nantz doing something on Augusta.
Oh.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Hello, friends.
Jim Nantz here. Well, Jim,
it is great.
We gonna remember Augusta today, Jim?
You
gonna let me work with you again?
Who's that?
Jim? Phil Simms.
Oh, Phil Simms and Jim Nantz. Yeah, that would be weird to hear him doing golf.
I can call golf, Jim.
I really associate Jim Nantz more with golf than football.
Oh yeah, much more.
That was 1986, I think, when Jack Nicklaus won. He was didn't go in. I think he won that when he was 50.
Were you watching Jack Nicklaus here? When he's 50, he looks older than that.
No, 46.
46.
Yeah, he's my dad's age.
Yeah, we looked younger than that when we were 46.
My dad was born in 1940, and he was born in 1940. So In 1986, Jack Nicklaus was
46. You are correct.
Yeah, but he does look older than that, doesn't he? He's got a pot belly and stuff, and
yeah, just the lines
it
on the
just goes
face.
to show you,
some people age faster.
People are aging differently now, but he's still alive.
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus is still going.
I mean, look at Abe. You know, Abe looks like a 20-something, doesn't he?
He does.
You do. You look like a...
But I don't know how old Abe is.
That's a compliment, Abe.
How old are you, Abe?
I'm actually 38. I'm going to be
He's not
39 in
46.
September.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
but
he's a
after
baby.
this Mets season, I mean, I might look like I'm 46, maybe 60.
We're the ones that have to worry. We're in our 50s.
Yeah, but the Mets season will age Abe. Don't worry. But right now he looks like he's 26.
That's good. Thank you. But don't worry, 50 is the new 30.
Abe,
so.
thank you for liking that picture I posted of my office, me sitting in my chair there. That was from a article they wrote on put an article out on me last year after I won an award, and yeah. So some people were shocked to see all the Post-its on the wall, but you know, you got a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, pretty intense going on there.
You know what? At the end of the day, if it works, right? You know, it doesn't matter if it's a Post-it note or if it's electronic.
You just gotta get it.
The easiest thing to get business done.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've tried to be organized like Attorney Grimes and To Live and Die in L.A., but it just doesn't work. I can't keep it going.
Well, he had a whole staff to organize his stuff. You just need a bigger staff.
Yeah, I need a bigger staff.
Yep.
I need like the Barstool staff.
Put your stuff away. No, you don't. Your office looks tighter than Barstool.
Barstool is like I have to get a picture of that. I have to see what.
I'll have to show you what that is.
You have to show me that.
It's pretty rough.
It's a frat house.
Methods unsound.
Very unsound.
Yeah,
it's a frat house. No, it looks more like homeless people in an office building with all their shit, just throwing all their shit everywhere. Frat house? No, it's homeless. It's you can go down. I think they're tidier. down
Frank
at Venice Beach.
likes that though. Apparently, right?
Well, you saw Frank's place. Yeah, he's all jam full of stuff, and
he's
clean. But
it's actually we both have. I have this to a certain extent where there's some people have a problem throwing things out. It's called hoarding.
Yeah, hoarding.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I try to be, reasonably transparent about my daily
hoarding.
trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a list of the top 10 logistical problems that I usually have in my office, and one of them was, one of them was the coffee getting cold too soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you
don't drink cold coffee.
When you put it in that cup and you let it stay for too long, it just loses it pretty fast. I wish it didn't do that, but it does. Well, the other thing that's a problem is that we have a lot of therapists in my office suite, and these therapists have great therapy dogs.
Mm.
So
dogs.
I love watching the therapy dogs come by, and I've gotten to know them, and you know how much I like dogs.
Yeah,
so that's a major distraction for me.
That sounds like a good thing, though.
Yeah, it is.
Hang out with therapy dogs.
It's kind of relaxing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I used to have a therapy dog when I could bring Bingo to the office.
Spinal.
But I don't do that anymore because my wife's working at home and he stays at home.
So she keeps the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get another dog then.
Yeah. Do you think he wouldn't like that though?
No. He's a one dog.
You come. Yeah. If I came home after spending a day with another dog, he would know.
Yeah. Yeah, he would.
You've been cheating on me.
Oh man.
Yeah. So this is the show about being shorthanded. We've got a clip from. Do you ever see this movie from 1957 called The Incredible Shrinking Man, Frank? I mean, Abe.
Frank.
Abe. Frank.
No.
Abe's cousin.
No,
Frank's cousin. Abe.
I can't have the honor of the Frank name yet, but no, I haven't seen
Oh, we're going to educate you, and this is a great movie from.
It reminded me too from 1957. I'd forgotten about this.
Classic, The Incredible Shrinking Man, one of the best sci-fi films of all time.
Sky, what was that?
I don't know. Some kind of mist.
Look at your chest. They still too loose?
Sure, even the cuffs are dragging.
They do look kind of big.
I'm getting smaller, Lou, every day.
Well, that's silly, honey. People just
Yeah,
don't get small.
you seem pretty big this morning.
There's no medical precedent for what's happening to you. I simply know that you're getting smaller. The x-rays prove it beyond any doubt.
Are you going out?
Uh-oh. Now he's in a dollhouse.
For a little while.
Where?
Well, just to the corner, to the store.
You'll come right back?
Well, of course I will.
Now a cat's chasing him.
Innovative film featuring fantastic
That cat
special
scared me
effects.
when I was a kid.
Charlie, maybe he's hurt someplace. Maybe he's lost.
We've looked everywhere.
With these bits of metal, I was a man again.
The
If
pain.
I was to die, it would not be as a helpless insect
Fighting
in the
a
jaws of the
spider
spider
now.
monster.
Oh,
At least they can't find him. The Incredible Shrinking Man.
Mhm.
Had an interesting childhood there, Chap Dog.
One of the things, I don't know if you've, ever seen this, but there is a drive-in restaurant at Disney World, and it's called Disney Sci-Fi Drive-In Restaurant, and it's an actual indoor restaurant, and all the tables look like cars, and it looks like a drive-in movie theater.
Oh yeah.
And they actually have a screen there, and they're playing clips of old movies.
mm-hmm.
And
I
every
love that.
time I see that, or when I go to Disney World, I'm going to be thinking of you guys, because that is definitely something that I think you guys would love to be there. And you know what I will do is I'll share it on Facebook. I'll share you
Yeah.
a photo of the drive-in theater restaurant, so you can check that out.
Yeah, take some pictures and then we can post them.
That'd be great. What a great theme.
Mm-hmm. We are going to get together in Orange County for a brainstorming session. So
Pretty soon.
we gotta set that up.
It's not too far for you to go, Abe? Orange County?
No, not at all. It's gonna work out great. And you know what? Considering the difference in restaurant experience in Orange County and LA County, it's probably worth the drive to go to Orange County anyway.
Oh, okay, because people still aren't eating inside of L.A. restaurants?
They are. I think it's a limited capacity, indoor limited capacity, but just things just roll better in Orange County than LA County. And I think people who live in LA County would probably tell you that's the direction they would like to go.
It's really more
Let's
relaxed.
go to the Orange County.
It's more relaxed.
Yeah, it's been of the two counties down here, people they wear masks indoors, and if they're outdoors around others, strangers, they will, but other than that you don't see masks. I go on the boardwalk every day. There's no one wearing, well, there's a few people wearing masks, but mostly not, and they weren't the whole time. And then restaurants, I mean, when they allowed limited reopening indoors, people were very comfortable sitting inside.
So you walk into the restaurant in Orange County without a mask on now? Not really.
I don't know if anyone will stop you if you did, but most people just out of politeness will wear one in and then immediately take it off and they sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And I even catch myself doing that. I mean, I don't want to offend anybody. It was such a small thing, but it is more relaxed. You can take it off, then you can eat and drink and do whatever you're doing. And we were out the other night on Friday after work. Ida and I walked down to the Beach Ball, which is a bar that's been there for 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's only closed for 4 hours a day. And we went in there and had a drink in there, and of course we're drinking, so it's sitting around the bar. Nobody's wearing masks or anything. So, and just talk to some human beings for a change. It was great.
Things are getting back to normal slowly.
We
but
met this
surely.
wonderful couple from Arizona, from the Phoenix area.
Mm-hmm.
Around the loop there, and they said they were getting married soon, so we were excited about that. And say one gal, she was probably pushing 200 pounds, 2 bills, and her husband was shorter, slimmer, maybe only like 100.5. Yeah, beautiful couple.
Well, sometimes that happens. I mean, you see plenty of situations with the man. The man's a lot heavier than the woman. Why can't it be the other way around?
Oh, yeah, it was. Well, the women were, one woman was heavy and one woman was lighter, but they made a beautiful couple.
Oh, you mean it was a woman and a woman?
Yeah, I see the light bulb. I can see the light bulb over your head right now.
Oh, I thought you said just like a Jack Sprat and a...
No, I said they're a beautiful couple.
Yeah.
And then I talked about the two women and...
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in their early 20s, all tatted up, all with their life ahead of them and excited about the life they're going to build together. And they were just thrilled. And earrings in the nose and stuff, nose rings. And well, it's hard not to notice.
I can't. I mean, I see that all the time in Los Angeles.
Well, in L.A., it's, everywhere. You don't see it. And, we see it here from time to time, too. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were a really nice couple, too. Outgoing forward. It was great to have a chat with them, have a beer.
Oh, okay.
Just talk about life and marriage and what they have to look forward to.
Yeah. Hopefully no more pandemics for another 10 years.
Well, 100 years, but we'll see.
Yeah. 100 years. No, not 10. Oof.
Abe, could you imagine if this was a real pandemic that really killed people?
At least if we have it in 10 years, we'll know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was one of the problems with this pandemic is that it was so long ago.
Yeah.
That when this one hit, it was like getting hit by a tsunami wave.
Yeah.
The numbers are pretty big. 500,000 people in the United States died.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of people.
That's not an insignificant number.
But then again, we usually see about 200,000 people die of the flu. Right?
It's still a large number. It's still more than would normally.
I don't know about this year how many people died of the flu. So it'd be interesting to see how many total people died of the flu.
Oh, I saw the flu numbers. They were minuscule. Like we didn't have a flu season.
So maybe we had it. It was just called something else.
Yeah, but the statistics, people do the statistics, can work out those figures there and still show there's a higher mortality than we normally experienced.
Yeah.
So it's, so you can say it wasn't COVID, but it probably was. It's likely. But that being said, our just as Abe said, our system, we were caught flat-footed here. I think the next, the CDC is going to have to be torn apart and rebuilt from the ground up to be more effective. We're going to have to hire people to be effective, to not be political, to be properly follow science and get rid of all these people in there. Well,
that's a nice dream.
I just want people. But if you're going to be a scientist, and tell it straight, and don't be twisting science around to fit your political view, which is what I was seeing people in the CDC do. I mean, I got eyes. I heard what they said. I don't need someone else tell me that they're being political.
Yeah, I heard things that didn't sound right from coming out of Tony Fauci's mouth after.
Oh, he's the biggest joker of them all. Him and Dr. Birx.
The difference in what he said in March versus what he said in April or May was a lot different.
Mm-hmm. And it continued to change, and it continued to be coincidentally against what the administration wanted to do, which was to follow more of a policy of what Georgia and Texas and Florida did, which is keep the country somewhat open. And they're pushing back. So we had, the scientists pushing back against the political leadership. And guess what? It turns out the political leadership was right. As evidenced by the experience in Georgia and Florida and Texas.
Yeah.
But that's at the federal level. What can you do? Biden's not having much more fun here right now either. But the press gives him an easier pass.
He's got new challenges to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Called challenges.
Challenges, yeah, like walking. I wish him well. I mean, because the president does well, we do well. That's fantastic.
Well,
more little people.
We got a few things left, don't we?
Yeah, we got.
We got the airplane clip. That's
this
funny.
Airplane clip's funny. It's not about short people, but it's just
Speaking
funny.
about heavy people, listen to this one.
Hey, you got one rotten line. You know that?
Good morning. I'm your hostess. My name is Barbara Jo Babcock.
Miss, can I have a glass of water, please?
Like the woman
just a
in
moment, sir. Good morning.
Animal House.
My name is Barbara Jo Babcock. Welcome aboard Flight 62 to Houston. We will be flying at an altitude of 32,000 feet, arriving in Houston at 10:30 Central Standard Time. This is a pressurized cabin. If at any time we should lose our pressure, an oxygen mask will drop down in front of you.
May I try that, please?
Sir, this is only a demonstration.
I know. I want to practice with it.
You want to,
It won't be necessary. Just hold it over your mouth and breathe normally.
Yes, but I can't breathe normally. I have a sinus condition.
Sir, as long as you have a nose and a mouth, it'll work for you, too.
Sarcasm. Certainly inspires confidence.
You inspire sarcasm.
In case of emergency, we have emergency exits located in the front of the cabin. We have 2 located over each wing and 3 at the rear of the ear. Yes, the man with the sinuses.
Why do you have emergency exits? Obviously not to bail out. They didn't give us parachutes.
Believe me, sir, they have a purpose.
I know they have a purpose. It's an emergency. I just wondered what kind of emergency you're thinking about.
Well, in case the plane is forced down and catches fire.
Oh, my God!
No, that has never
It's not something you talk
I
about
noticed
on
they
a
do
plane
have an
flight.
emergency exit everywhere.
Would you rather they didn't?
Oh, I feel faint. Oh.
We're still on the ground.
Why? Why are we still on the ground?
Because that's where we start from. Then we go up in the air. When we get to Houston, we go on the ground again, just the way the Wright brothers planned it.
More sarcasm, huh?
This is the captain speaking.
That's the captain. He's speaking to me. Yes?
I'm sorry, but we'll be delayed on the ground for an indefinite period.
Why?
Thank you.
Why? Why? What channel is he on? I'm getting Victor Borger. Get off! What? What? Where's the emergency exit? Where? Look at that. Look at the size of that woman.
She's bigger than Tank.
She got stuck in the emergency door. We'd all be
I
dead.
know, it's pretty close.
If she gets stuck in the door, I'll push her through for you, I promise. Please, do you? Look at now. What is it?
Those men on the ground under the wing, what are they doing?
They're mechanics.
No, something's wrong.
This is like the Twilight Zone one, you know.
Yeah.
So worried.
He panics.
I can read
It's
his
William
lips.
Shatner, too.
I much fear serious trouble in the fuselage, Frederick. Help me, what's the other guy saying?
I much fear there's some nut trying to read your lips. What's the matter with you?
They're running away. They're running away. They know something. No, because they're afraid. I'm coming, Fred. I'm coming. Get out of my way.
Oh, he's running and the big woman's pushed him back.
I'm sorry, sir. You're not
He's definitely getting thrown off that flight.
Now, just relax, sir.
I'm going to get your name. Oscar. Oscar, get the captain's name. Will you come in?
Ah, let him go. Jack like that should be riding on the bus.
It's New Yorkers on a plane.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Nothing but good stuff on Chap Dog.
That's right. Stuff you will miss if you're not paying attention.
Or if you grew up too late.
If you grew up too late, yeah.
We grew up too early.
I'm sorry. It's just
You know, I miss
and
the
it's
days when
re-educating
milk was
people.
in glass bottles and they delivered that to your house.
Yes.
I miss that.
Milk tastes better that way.
Oh yeah, Milkman.
Yep.
Oh man, I miss it. You know what? And you know what? There would have been, you know, and I'm telling you, if I had enough capital during the COVID, I would have done like a pandemic milkman service. Because you know, people wouldn't want to go out. You just deliver your milk. But then, I guess as a novelty, but you know, with Walmart Plus and all these places
Yeah.
that deliver you milk now,
No way you could compete with Amazon.
crazy now.
Amazon
Amazon's-
Prime.
Yeah, they got us. They got the
Uh,
fleet of trucks
but
and
to give
everything.
a Stanley Cup update, for the playoffs, the start date has been extended to May 16th, and that is due to so at least the regular season is being extended to May 16 after the Canucks had a COVID-19 outbreak.
Playoffs?
Yeah.
Oh, so hockey's gonna
Playoffs.
finish later this year than usual. Is that what you're saying?
Playoffs?
Yeah. The playoffs are they're going to start a little bit later.
They better not.
Playoffs?
They better not keep extending it though. You know, because this could happen again and again and again.
Well, you know, we're going to have a 4th of July a hockey final. That would be interesting.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well,
Kinda odd.
they play into June already, so if they start pushing it off, this
Yeah.
might hit.
But hockey almost always finishes before basketball. But this year is not. It looks like that's not happening.
Not this year.
No disrespect to the Orientals.
In the lead on Scotia North is Toronto. In the Honda West is Colorado.
Mm.
In the Discover Center, it's Carolina. In the Mass Mutual East, it's Washington is in the lead. Your Boston the Boston team's doing great. They're at number 4.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and when I say great, it's better because New Jersey's 7th.
Yeah, they're not having a.
New Jersey.
The
Devils aren't doing well, right?
No, they're not doing very well.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
I don't even know if they're gonna. I mean, they're gonna have to really come back big to get into the playoffs. But Boston is doing good. 21 wins, 11 losses.
Yeah.
Boston was expected to.
The Penguins are playing
compete.
well. I think the Penguins have a good record.
They're just above Boston. They're number 3.
Yeah.
They're 26 and 13.
Yeah, and Montreal's good, I think, in Toronto.
Well, Toronto's top of the.
Toronto is at the very top. Yep, they're 28 and 10.
Yeah.
Toronto is having an excellent season.
Yeah.
They're doing great. Honda West, Colorado, 27 and 9, and I think the top 3 teams you really got to look for there, and I think the Honda West is going to be great. Is Colorado, Las Vegas, and the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
I think you get all those 3. That's a tough conference, or that's a tough division, and then you got, and they're all doing really well. I mean, they're just a couple games back from each other. I mean, you got 24 wins.
What about the St. Louis
26
Blues?
for Vegas and 27 for Colorado.
What about the St. Louis
So they're
Blues?
all-
Yeah, Blues in there somewhere.
St. Louis is 19 and 16, and they're not 4th.
So they're kind of laggards, but they do have a lot of. I think they still have a lot of talent, and they won the whole thing 2 years ago. So
Yeah, they've fallen since then.
remember that when they beat the Bruins?
I
They
did. And they beat the Bruins with that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just a few games back. I would say they're about 7 games back from Colorado. I mean, I think St. Louis. I mean, it's not bad. They're only about 5 games back on the wins as far as catching up to the Wild. I mean, the season, of course, is getting extended to May, so there's still a lot of opportunity for a team like St. Louis to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know, they start winning, get a little winning streak here. They're already on a 3-game winning streak in St. Louis, but we just keep that streak going, and they could catch up to Minnesota, and Vegas is only, 26 game wins for Vegas, 24 for Wild, 19 for St. Louis. So, there's a lot of opportunity. Not like the Devils. The Devils have only won 14 of their 14 games, and they got, they're about 12 games back from Washington Capitals. So not looking good for the Devils.
No.
The Rangers are doing a little bit better than the Devils. They're 19 and 16. They're over 500 at least.
Yeah, a lot of teams are over 500 though in the NHL.
Yeah,
a lot of teams.
So,
because they have those losses that you can count as.
You get 1 point.
You get a point for or something.
If you tie in regular
so
time.
like there's very few teams that are actually below 500.
Yeah, that's what makes it tight. That's what makes hockey exciting. Is you can have teams. Yeah, you can have a dog's breakfast for a record and still have a shot.
The Kings, I think, suck. The Kings and the
Kings and the Ducks are 7 and 8.
Yeah.
The Kings are 7 in Honda West, 8 Anaheim, 8 for the Ducks. Not looking too good. The Ducks are at 378. They've won 12, lost 22. LA has won 16, and they have lost 18.
Are these divisions actually called, like, where are you getting these? You calling it the Honda West and the, where you get, is that what they're officially called?
Yes. So instead of like North, West Division, Central Division, East Division, the sponsors actually have licensing rights to those division names. So, for example, the West Division is called Honda West.
It's not just the West; it's the Honda West.
Yeah.
Like
the Honda West.
They really have to do that.
Yeah, do you remember when I started watching hockey? We had the Adams division.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a
division.
sponsor. That was just NHL paying tribute to certain people that had been influential, like the Campbell Conference.
Campbell.
Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales.
Remember all that stuff? That was just historical.
Mhm.
This is people are paying money to have the divisions branded.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about, dude. Do you want to get paid money or get paid tributes?
I guess they're kind of desperate. They got to keep coming up with money for they're not getting as many fans in the door. So hockey needs. I don't know. Hockey has kind of they've had a struggle to get the viewership.
Yeah, they're getting down on their knees. Here is a sponsor coming. She'll blow soon.
Now, Mr. Sulu.
And Mr. Sulu, blows.
Yeah.
And hockey gets a new sponsor.
Yeah. Speaking of the show, we're now at 11 o'clock, aren't we?
Oh, we are. We're at that time of the day.
It's time to say goodbye till next week, and but it was nice having the racing segment, and we had
our first racing segment, and more to come.
We had a little hockey segment.
And we're going to do a little research here. We'll join Abe here with some more information.
Yes.
We'll try and stump him.
So I guess we didn't get to play the Marx Brothers, but that's okay. We've already heard that one before.
Or Bowfinger, even we can do the Miller Lite commercials in July.
Yeah. What do you want to finish with? Do you want to finish with a Miller Lite commercial and then the song you've got?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's go into
this is one of the best commercials that I ever saw for
We have assembled here a
Spot.
most congenial group brought together by their love for a truly great beer. Right, group? Right. It's light beer
Thank you
from Miller.
for calling
right,
in,
group?
Abe. As usual, Abe Miranda.
They
Thank
think
you,
the
Eric
best thing
Silva,
about it
for
is
all
it's
the
less
great
filling.
production work.
It has a third less calories
And this
than
is
a regular beer.
the
Right, group? Right.
this is the end of the show, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week from Chab Dog Sports Talk. Thanks for listening.
Take it from me. It tastes great. Who are you? You won't think this
I
man
just
is no
think it
joke
tastes
when you
great.
come through and your nose is broken.
It's less filling.
Get no respect.
Tastes
I tell you,
great.
I don't deserve no respect.
Tastes great.
Still don't know nothing about beer.
I thought I
Less
threw you
filling.
out of this bar last year. I feel very strongly both ways. I never argue.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi, doll.
Oh, what's a nice guy like you doing in a fight like this?
Waiting for you, doll.
Nick Buonacani.
I still don't know why they wanted me to do this commercial.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
Great voice.
There's one more.
Gentlemen, tonight we're brought together here by two things we all love. Good food and light beer from Miller. I want to take this opportunity myself to tell you, I don't get no respect.
Garçon, je dis saignant. Si elle est pas saignante, then what is it?
Meatloaf sandwich and a light. Gentlemen, we all know and appreciate, light has 1/3 less calories than a regular beer,
Deacon
and
Jones.
it's less filling.
But the best thing is it tastes great.
Less filling.
Less filling.
Hey, Deacon, pass the roll.
Hey, Charlie, that's my beer.
No, this is by your broccoli.
This is my broccoli. That's my beer.
What's wrong with you guys?
Hey, Bubba, you want the peas? Ooh. You gonna eat all that?
Just showing off.
Gentlemen, in closing, I'd like to think I speak for all of us when I say if it wasn't for light, I wouldn't be where I am today. Hey, you're
He was the
Light beer
umpire.
from Miller.
of
Everything you
these
always wanted in a
glasses
beer
there.
and less.
Couldn't even make it out. All right. We're going to end with Bomb the Bass. It's time to bomb the bass by Beat This.
The bass.
The bass.
Names have been changed to protect the innocent.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbird, start. Go, 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 go. Hold it now.
cleared.
Pass it on.